Welcome to the Wolfkeeper, a show that's just about everything that you could maybe think about, everything that you can feel that's inside of your heart. What I need for you to do right now is spend the next hour relaxing. Just stop your day before you go into 12 o'clock. And I just want you all to close your minds, open your hearts, and relax and go on this journey with me. It's a beautiful place that you're about to go, because I want to make you feel, I want to just open you up and think about some things you never really thought about. Right now, the Wolfkeeper. Come on. Good morning, y'all. Come on. It's the Wolfkeeper Show. Get ready. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. It's the Wolfkeeper Show. Your boy, Toriano, Sanzone. Yeah. Chanel Nell. My boy Tyrone Scott somewhere rocking the Doogie Dogs. Denzel's in his house. Shacky Shack. And for all the people out there that love us, we love you back. Thank you all. Get ready for an amazing show with the Wolfkeeper. Get ready. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be a cool show today. Woo!
Toriano, I like your shirt. Look really festive.
I get Tori looking super fly over there, so I had to get jazzy today. I can't be. Tori, what's up?
Hey, it's with Tori and Toriano.
Tori and Toriano.
That's a nice duo.
Did you know actually our names are derivative of Victoria, and Victoriano?
I'll just be the third wheel, Chanel.
Victoria.
Maybe we should be. We need a Chanel.
I'll just be Chanel.
Chanel Nell.
Unique right. Chanel, yeah.
Nell, you better start acting right, or I might replace you with a co-host. It might be Tori and
Toriano show.
I mean, you are on, I just believe in energy so much, like for real, aside from you have the best name in the entire world ever.
Thank you.
That has to be
You're probably partial because of the whole Tori thing.
it is the best name ever. But aside from having the best name in the entire world, I mean, you're on. I mean, I'm not even joking. I was just talking to my assistant, Rejoice, and co-producer, who does a fabulous job. I said, man, I want to do something online because that's where with COVID, everything is going online. That's like the future, and you are on the cutting edge of online purchases in stores because retail is dead, quite honestly. So tell us, let's talk about, let's go there. Let's talk about online and what you're doing and what is Wear Wag.
Yeah, so my business, Wear Wag Repeat, I started it as just a hobby blog like 7 years ago or so. And then over the years, I just noticed that everything about the dogs would get so much traction and kind of grew it gradually over the years. And I started thinking about doing online courses probably 4 years ago or something like that. I started to learn about it. So although everyone is doing online courses and doing everything online, having online stores and everything now, I've been working on it for years. And it takes a long time to figure all that stuff out, and email marketing, and there's been just so many things, and social media that I've been perfecting for years. And now I'm really happy because I'm in a position where I can teach other people to do it, because I had to kind of learn it all the hard way and just figure it out, because there weren't a lot of resources, especially specific to people in the pet industry. And so now I just feel so lucky that I can help other people, because there's so many pet business owners who are like freaking out about what they're going to do this year. And a lot of them don't have the technological know-how to do all of this stuff. So I try to simplify it and, share my knowledge with people. And I recently launched, we were talking about this before, but I launched an online course about how to create your own on-demand online store, which I think is really awesome, because what on-demand online store means is that your inventory is made as customers order it. So you don't have to stock any inventory. So it's very eco-friendly because there's no waste. There's also not a lot of startup costs because you don't have to buy all that inventory. And it's been really fun. I had like almost 200 people do a 5-day challenge around this to kind of get some momentum going. And then a bunch of people have enrolled in the course.
Back up though too, because we got to go into your resume. You just said I had some mind explosion because I mean, that's why I love talking to you, because I wish that I had your educational background, because those things did not exist back in my olden days of college. So just I want to inspire a lot of young people now that are listening. Like my son, he'll be a freshman going to school this year. And what you majored in, that is a real thing now. And I want that. I think we have the same major, so I would love for everyone to do what you did. So explain that to them.
Yeah, so I went to college for, it was called Integrated Marketing Communications. And so it was like PR, marketing, advertising, all those kind of areas. And when I graduated college, I worked a bunch of odd jobs and ended up finally getting what I thought was going to be my dream job at an ad agency. And it was not really what I thought it was going to be. And I didn't like it. I only worked there for like 8 months or so. And in that 8 months that I was there, I started to learn about social media and started managing social media for some of their clients at the ad agency. But this was like 12 years ago. So social media was very new back then. And most people didn't know how to do it. And most small businesses didn't even have it at all yet. So I ended up starting my own business doing that. And as I started my own business, I was like, I wish I knew how to create better videos or how to build a website or all this kind of stuff. And so I ended up going back to school and I got a master's degree in digital media, which was really cool. You know, I did web design, graphic design.
That's so awesome.
And one of the best things that now has really paid off was video. We had a video production professor who came from like the news side of things, like news journalism. So he taught us all of like.
What university is this?
Oh, I went to Duquesne University. It's here in Pittsburgh.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and but it was so great to just learn from someone who was like a veteran of the video industry, like lighting and sounds and all this stuff that, you know, everyone now has their phones and they're just like recording on the fly, but no one has learned like those basic foundations of like good lighting, good sound, you know, good editing. Everyone just kind of is learning on the fly. So it's nice to have that like textbook knowledge of how to do it.
So you've been doing this for quite some time, and I just want to, I mean, you know, I coach people with starting businesses, and the thing I've been telling people, if you don't have an online presence in this present day, and if you're not selling something online, whether you're making $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, you potentially are going to be at a deficit because you never know if the door might shut down again. So like someone like my buddy Rich Neal, could she start an online store? Could she, because she's not involved with the pet industry, but after this interview, could she say, hey, Tori, I want to get involved with your business?
Yeah, so I think if you're not selling something online, you're leaving money on the table. And so you could have physical products like t-shirts, coffee mugs, tote bags, you know, that kind of stuff. Or you can sell digital products, which all of us have something that we are an expert at, whether you know that you are or not. You just have to kind of think like, what do your friends or your neighbors or people at work always come to you and ask for advice about? And that is like your zone of genius. And you could create a digital product around that.
Love that. Yeah. Tori, you're going to get it. Zone of genius. That's going to be our phrase of the day.
Yeah, there you go. So if you just figure out what your zone of genius is, and you could create like an ebook or an e-guide, or you could create a video that you sell to people. It's like, you know, hosted on a private page where you can only get it if you pay for it. There's like so many things you can do. But some of that stuff requires a lot of like technology know-how to figure out. That's why I love the like print-on-demand products, because literally it is so easy. You like upload your graphic or your saying or whatever you have, and it just like automatically goes on these products, and you don't have to ship them out. You don't have to store them. Like, it's very hands-off.
And Tori, just to chime in, is Wag, Wear, Repeat, is this your sole baby? Are you doing other things on the side, or is this 100% what you're doing right now?
So as of February 2019, I do this full time.
That. I mean, I'm asking you the answer to that, but I mean, because people out there, sometimes people are super afraid, they're super scared, they don't like their job, they don't like the people they work with. Now they're afraid of COVID. They're going to be at home anyway. Especially, there's a lot of single moms that are out there. So what's some encouraging advice you can give to someone, you know, that wants to step out on faith, but then super nervous about starting their own business?
So I think you just have to start. Like, that's number one. Is like you just have to come up with whatever it is that you think you want to do, and just try it. And you're not going to know if you like it or if it's a good idea until you really try it. So I would say just start. And you don't have to go 1,000,000% in. immediately. You know, you could kind of do it on the side or do it on a smaller scale and just kind of test it out and see how it is. I was really lucky because for 10 or so years, I did social media consulting. So I had anywhere between 5 and 10 clients that I managed all their social media for them every single day. So I could kind of gradually get rid of clients until I was left last January. I had 2 left and decided to take the leap and quit both of those and go do this full time. So I didn't have to go like 100% from one to the other. I was able to kind of gradually transition. So that was nice. But yeah, just start. And like, it doesn't have to be perfect, because what I do now is not what I did 3 years ago, is definitely not what I did 7 years ago when I started this. So your idea can change and evolve. Like, you don't have to commit to what you're doing now and do it until you die. You can change it.
I love that. And it's just like Nike, just do it. I mean, just start. I mean, that's how we tell people that you're not going to know unless you just try it, and you really just have to, put both hands in the bucket and go to work. So let me ask you this. So a person then, do they need their own unique website, or do you supply the website? Like, how does that work? That work?
So there's so many things you can do. Like you said that, people have to have a web presence, and I totally agree, but that can mean so many things. So you can have a website that's like wearwagrepeat.com, or you can have, your Instagram and your Facebook can kind of serve as like a little mini website if you're just getting started and you don't want to figure out or pay to get like a whole website put up there. You could just start with only social media, and like you have that Linktree thing set up, and and that's like an awesome thing for people too. If you have different things you want to send people to, you don't have your own website up yet, you could use something like Linktree, which is like a little shortened link you can put in your Instagram bio, and people click on it and it says, book a call with me, buy my merch, do this, do that. There's so many different options for these like print on demand products. It integrates with like 20 or 30 different platforms. So whether you have WordPress or Squarespace or Shopify or Etsy or Wix, it integrates with all of those. So it's actually really cool.
I mean, but for someone that's brand new to the internet, do you have teams that can help a person set all that up? Do you help people like actually coach them through that, or do they buy it and they're on their own?
So I do offer coaching, but I have these online courses where I really put in a ton of information. And if someone enrolls in one of my courses, they'll get everything they need right there. I don't think they're going to need extra coaching because I just put it all in there for them. But you said it yourself, like YouTube. YouTube is the best resource to learn how to do any of these things. I go on there all the time. I love Photoshop, and I love editing photos and creating like artwork in Photoshop. And I'm always looking up tutorials on YouTube, because the thing is, a lot of these programs change. Like, so I have Photoshop through the cloud. So the app like updates on its own all the time. And where a setting used to be last year, it might not be there anymore. So, so that's why I don't do a lot of like technical trainings myself, because it might all change next year. So I send people to YouTube all the time because you can just learn anything there. I learned how to like patch holes in the walls of my house on YouTube. So you can learn anything on there.
So if a person's interested, I want to do this. What website are they going to?
So if you go to my website, which is wearwagrepeat.com, it's WEAR wagrepeat.com. There is a menu item right at the top called courses, and that's where I have my 2 main courses right now.
I would thoroughly encourage people to take a course with you and get your information. And it could be anyone. It's a great thing to have in your wheelhouse as far as understanding how to do online marketing right now. You're not a recent grad, but you're closer to graduating from me, and you mastered and taking master classes in this. What are some things, encouragement you can say to someone that might say, oh, you know what, I'm too old, or I'm out of touch, I don't want to deal with, that sounds way too complicated, messing with any of this stuff?
Well, first of all, it's not too complicated. A lot of it's designed to keep you on there and to help you figure it out, because all these apps want you on there. So they do, I think, try to make it easy for users to do it. And there's no such thing as too old. I mean, that is like my number one pet peeve, is when people say, I'm too old, I can't do Instagram, or I can't do Facebook, or whatever, because people used to say that to me all the time with my old business, and I hated it so much. I was like, you're not too old, you're maybe just like too lazy to do it. Lucy, sorry.
Lucy agrees, like you
Lucy
tell them.
agrees. Yeah. So, everyone can figure everything out. It's just a matter of being motivated and wanting to figure it out, and seeing the use of it. Things are just different, and so that's why it's important to have a diverse stream of revenue and like do different things and not rely on one thing. So like starting a little online shop is a nice way to just have like a different source of income and like a different area of your business, so you're not like dependent. Like if like your Instagram gets hacked and you lose it entirely, you don't want to be stuck with like no customer list because you put it all in Instagram.
Wow. And I love that. I mean, you don't have to do everything. And I think that's the thing too. People get frustrated because they think they have to do everything. You really don't. Because like for the longest, my friend, even these podcasts, my friend was telling me like 4 years ago, you should do a podcast. You're like, dude, I don't need any more projects. Don't do any one. So I would say that do something though. I don't care. I mean, don't just sit around and do nothing. Utilize these platforms, even if you're only doing Facebook, because Facebook now has so many different compartments to it, that you can use, and everyone has something of value. I mean, would you agree, Tori? Everyone can sell something. That's good. Everyone should be making at least $1,000 per month online residual income doing nothing.
Well, now with COVID, I think like also consumers are so much more open to spending money with people for virtual services, which is really kind of a cool way that things have evolved. So now people are paying for Zoom calls or FaceTime calls with like their dog trainer. And you can, like, people would have never, like a year ago, if you were like, pay me $50 for a virtual training session on FaceTime, nobody would have done that. Yeah.
Right.
So it's really kind of, you got to look at the plus side, and I think this is all kind of going to be good in the long haul, because it's forced so many people to like update their systems.
Be creative, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Because you're right, Chanel, like if you're not creative and you're just like waiting for it to go back to how it was, like that's never gonna happen.
You're going to be stuck, right?
Yeah.
When is the next challenge? Are you doing
so this challenge was so much fun and so successful, and people loved it. It was just really exciting. I'm going to do another one in mid to late September, but that one is going to be about Pinterest. So if you want to learn about Pinterest and growing your audience and your traffic and everything through that, that's what my next challenge is.
Can we bring you back on the show and talk about, because there's a good one right there. Like, honest to God, and I think I'm super duper smart, I still don't understand Pinterest, and I know it's not that complicated, but that one I wasn't even.
Now I'm a part of Pinterest. I like it.
Just
a little. I don't think I utilize it as much as I can or should, but when I do have some downtime, I do a browse on their website. Like you can get any and everything with recipes, do it yourself, all of those. So Toriano, get with it.
It is so great. And on Pinterest, so I'm on like this email list where I am like a Pinterest creator. So I get emails from them with like all kinds of stats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And during the pandemic, searches for anything pet related was up like 700%. Because everyone was wondering like how to keep their dog busy, how to train their dog because their dog's like out of control. So searches for anything pet related on Pinterest are like through the roof. In the last year, my traffic on my website from Pinterest has increased 5 times what it was. So, it is really a powerful tool. So I'm excited to teach everyone about that.
Before I let you go, I almost forgot something. Can you talk about your network of like 70,000 plus dog moms?
Yeah. So I have grown a pretty big audience. So between my Instagram has like 42,000 on Pinterest. I'm aiming to get 1 million impressions this month. So I'm trying to get there.
I love you because you are so modest. Like anything, even getting like over 5K in Instagram is like godlike. So when you're in 40,000 plus like area, that's just a whole nother, which is, I just want to encourage people too, because it's super cool to have you on here. I feel super blessed, super lucky that you're on here, you're taking time to talk. And all the time that I'm just like I'm like a Tori interview vampire. Like, I'm going to get all the information. People should sign up for your classes and educate yourself, because online is the future. If you can't do something online, you might get stuck and you might go broke. You don't have to, because Tori has the formula. So I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Well, thank you. I'll take that. But yeah, Instagram was kind of like where I started growing that like big a couple of years ago. And that's how I met so many like dog moms and dog people and a lot of the brands that I work with. And that was kind of like where everything started and kind of got me excited about doing what it is that I do now. So yeah, so between Instagram, Pinterest, my podcast, my email list, my blog, I've got like a lot of things going on, but it all adds up to a lot of dog moms.
And then how did you come up with just like targeting like dog moms specifically, or like how did that become a thing?
Yeah, so I'm a single dog mom, and it's hard out here as a single dog mom, but there's a lot of other people out there who I think like one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about like this community that I've built is because, as a single woman, sometimes you like don't really want to go places by yourself, or like you just you cancel a lot of plans because you don't want to go by yourself. And I have just found over the past couple of years that one, like taking my dog with me places, I go to like concerts and breweries and all kinds of stuff because I've got my dog, so I don't feel like I'm alone. And then by doing that, I've met other people. And now I have like this whole new group of friends who are dog moms, and we'll call each other up and be like, do you want to go for a hike, together? Whereas for years, I did all that stuff by myself. So that's kind of like what motivates me in the back, is just like, I think that showing women how to live their best life with their dogs can actually really make their life better.
I love that, because Chanelli,
I'm down.
You're a single dog mom, Chanelli.
Yes, I know. This works. And me and Bentley, we're everywhere together. He was, going to get oil change with me yesterday. We're always together. My mom's like, he's not a human. He needs to be at home sometime. I was like, no, but I don't like leaving him.
Well, it's just fun because like people come up and talk to you. And,
right. And of course he always steals the show. And I'm just like, hey, I'm here too,
I've met so many interesting people. I had my one dog, Burt, with me. We were at a brewery. I was meeting someone, and then she canceled on me last minute, and I was already there. So I was like, well, I'll just stay here with Burt and hang out for a little bit. And all these people came up to talk to Burt. And I ended up meeting someone who was in Pittsburgh. They were visiting from Austin, and they were starting a dog rescue ranch in Austin. And we ended up talking for like 45 minutes. So like, it's just awesome to take your dog out places. And
it's almost like they're the bait, right?
Yeah.
To kind of attract the life you want to live, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the power of dogs. I mean, here we are. I want to thank you so much. I know you got a boogie, but can we bring you back again for the Pinterest?
Yeah.
That would be
I'll
cool.
come back in like late September, whenever I get that up and running. Yeah,
let's definitely talk about that. And then also too, I want to bring you back in January, because that's the thing too, like podcasts are just more than this, but it's so informational, and you have so much information that is super inspirational. And I hope that someone out there is listening saying, hey, you know what? I want to go start a business online, because I'm going to say it. That's terrible. That's sacrilegious. You're being lazy if you're not making at least $1,000 per month without doing anything online. I said, you need to go get it. You never know what might happen in this crazy world. So, Tori, thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Thank you, Tori.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This was so fun, and
I'm
excited to listen more.
Thank you all for listening to the Wolfkeeper Broadcast Podcast. Tori and Tori today talking about online shows. Chanelli Nell, once again, I'm going to talk to you offline, because we're going to get Chanelli Nell signed up. She's a dog mom. She needs that help. Go out there, everybody, be peaceful. Don't protest, go promote. Start an Instagram. All right.
Yeah. Go love dogs.
Love you, dog.
Yeah.
Come on. Good morning, y'all. Come on. It's the Wolfkeeper Show.